It's another edition of Time About the Movies. We're finally jumping into the final month of 2003, December 5th to be exact. And we got 3 films to look at today, so let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. And we'll start off with the biggest new release of the weekend. That's Tom Cruise in the epic action drama Edward Zwick's The Last Samurai.
The field of battle has led me to question my purpose. You cannot escape. You have no idea what their weapons can do. The Last Samurai, rated R, starts Friday, December 5th.
So Tom Cruise plays Nathan Algren, who's an American captain of the 7th Cavalry Regiment, whose personal and emotional conflicts bring him into contact with samurai warriors in the wake of the Meiji Restoration in 19th century Japan. The plot is similar to is inspired by the 1877 Satsuma Rebellion led by Saigo Takamori and the westernization of Japan by foreign powers. And the character of Algren is loosely based on Eugene Collier and Jules Brunet, both French Imperial Guard officials who fought alongside Enomoto Takeaki in the earlier Russian War. And Edward Zwick's made a lot of good epic movies in his career. He did Glory back in the day, and this is a film that's just as good enough. I don't think it's as good as Glory is, because I think Glory is probably his overall best film as a director, but this is a film that is very good. It's definitely got the scope and scale to really make it work. The action sequences, the battle sequences are very good. The cinematography, top-notch. Hans Zimmer's score, I mean, you can't go wrong with that guy. The acting overall is very good. Tom Cruise, I thought, was pretty good. Ken Watanabe is very good in here, too. And I wouldn't be surprised if this convinced Warner Brothers to cast Christopher Nolan to cast him in Batman Begins as Ra's al Ghul. Or, not Ra's al Ghul, I can't remember who he was in Batman Begins. It's been a while since I've seen it, but Ken Watanabe is very good in the film. Everyone here is very good in the film in general. The story itself is kind of mediocre at best. I mean, it's not really that much of an epic scale in terms of story. It kind of is very generic overall. But the things that do work with this film do carry over to where I would say the film definitely is more than worth a watch. It's a film that's very engaging, very entertaining to watch just for the visuals and the acting alone. I mean, the music is great. The scope and scale is epic. I mean, it's a film that really is well done in a lot of aspects. I just wish the story was a little bit more developed overall. My only real problem with the film, definitely a very good film, though. Let's move on to the next movie, Jessica Alba starring in Honey.
Man, truly love, and that's better than something that makes you rich.
Let's become one with the beat, and don't worry about me stepping all over.
That's skills. That's gonna take you places. All that real dance training going to waste. This is what I do.
Stand up! When I move, you move.
Just like that.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
When I move, you move.
Just like that.
Hell yeah, hey DJ, bring that back.
Honey, rated PG-13, starts Friday.
Or the movie could be just called Jessica Alba's Hips Don't Lie. I mean, the whole marketing campaign is just watching Jessica Alba doing these dance moves. I mean, she's the focus of the poster in a provocative pose. And the funny thing is, she was actually not the first person who was intended to be in this, but she was actually there was actually some rumors out there that Aaliyah was originally supposed to star in this, but she actually accepted the role. The thing is that she accepted the role, and then, unfortunately, she passed away in August of 2001 before filming had begun. That was actually proven false, as they actually had intended for Beyonce Knowles to star in this. It was written for her, but she eventually skipped the project, go on to tour, and turned out to work in her favor, because this is right around this time. This is when her career really began to take off as a solo artist. So Jessica Alba eventually took control, and the movie is what we have here. Alba plays Honey Daniels, a 22-year-old sexy, tough-minded, part black, part Latina hip-hop dancer in New York's East Harlem, who dreams of making it big as a music video choreographer. She teaches hip-hop dancing at a local youth center and encourages the local kids to attend to keep them off the streets and out of trouble. When luck shines on Honey in the form of a famous music video director named Michael, played by... I almost had the wrong name for a second there. Played by Mekhi Phifer. And I lost my train of thought. We'll cast her in one music video. She is encouraged to make the transition from dancer to choreographer. But Honey's sudden success comes with a price when Michael refuses to take no for an answer to his sexual advances, and then tries to sabotage her career by blackballing her out of the business. So, a little bit of a mix of Fame, a little bit of a mix of Footloose in here for modern times, and Alba's probably the one thing that does carry the film overall, even though she's supposed to be 22 years old, and even then, that's like, I mean, she was young at the time, but there's no way you can convince me that she looked 22 at the time, even though technically that is her age. I mean, that was her age at the time. I don't know. I mean, I saw her first on Dark Angel, and I don't know. To me, it just didn't hit me at first. But you know what? Like I said, nothing against her in the movie. She's actually one of the things that actually lifts the film up a little bit. The music sequences overall are very good, but like I said, the story seems very much too familiar to stuff like Fame and Footloose, and not Flashdance. Excuse me, Fame and Flashdance. A little bit of Footloose here and there with the youth organ element to it, but I mean, the film itself is just, like I said, you know, Jessica Alba does lift the film to a level where I would say that it's fine for what it is, but it definitely is a movie that could have been a whole lot better. I think with a much better story to tell instead of just a story that seems very formulaic and predictable. Because yeah, you can pretty much see what's going to come from this whole thing, and like I said, Alba's okay. Alba's the one thing that does carry the film over, as well as the music sequences, which are nicely done. But it's definitely one of those movies that is trying to go for more of the sex appeal with Alba at the centerpiece of it, and it's really the one selling point of the movie. But even then, it's not enough to really say that it's something you're going to watch over and over again. For a one-time watch, I think it's fine for what it is. But other than that, though, it's definitely not a film that I think is going to warrant a lot of repeat viewing. But I've been wrong on these before, but at least for me personally, it just didn't really do enough for me to say that it's something it's a classic movie. It's just fine for what it is. For a one-time watch, fine, but other than that, that's about it. So that is Honey, so let's go ahead and move on to the last movie we have here, which actually did come out the week before, but I didn't cover it because I already had 6 movies on that show to cover. So here's the last film from last week, and that is In America.
Everybody smile and say cheese!
Dad, America's okay.
Right.
Lock counts nothing on the door if you can't turn it away. It's America, Sam.
Are you crying? Dad, they're going to shoot you. You're going home, Mikey.
I suppose I'm going home.
Say goodbye to me. Dad, can we stay here all day?
So this is a film that's a semi-autobiographical story based off of Jim Sheridan, who also directed this. He did My Left Foot and In the Name of the Father. And it focuses also on his 2 daughters, Naomi and Kirsten. And it focuses on an immigrant Irish family struggle to start a new life in New York City, as seen through the eyes of the elder daughter, played by Sarah Bolger. Patty Constantine plays the equivalent to Jim Sheridan in this, Johnny Sullivan, and Samantha Morton plays the wife, and Jaimin Hantu also is in the movie as well, as you see in that trailer there. And it's a nice coming-of-age film. It's a film that is it's a very uplifting story about a subject matter that's still very relevant in today's world, and it's a very good film. A lot of good humor in there, a lot of good drama. I mean, you get really attached to these characters right from the get-go, and it's a really good story about the American dream and how, you know, not everything about it is perfect, but there are some things about it that you can really find value of. It never pushes the point where it feels like it's going to go down that Oscar bait cliched riddle road that these films usually tend to go on to. No, it's never sappy. It never feels like it's going too out of its territory that's trying to set up. It feels very genuine. It's a film that really shows the great things about the way that America is and how these people were able to survive the way they were able to do it. It's a film that really has. Some might say it's even a little bit too ahead of its time at the same time, but it's a film that really does work from beginning to end. It's a very uplifting film, a very poignant film. We got 4th of July coming up as at the time of recording this, which is on June 20th, 2024, but it's a film that I would recommend checking out because it's a film that really does work. It's probably my favorite overall film that Jim Sheridan has ever directed, because after this, nothing of his really stood up to what he did beforehand, and a lot of his movies after this kind of fell off, but this is probably his magnum opus overall, his best overall film. I really liked it a lot. I can't recommend it enough. In America, definitely more than worth a watch. And so with that said, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. Next time we meet, we'll take a look at December 12th with a couple notable movies here. Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton starring in Something's Gotta Give. The Farrelly Brothers' latest film, Greg Kinnear and Matt Damon as Siamese twin brothers in Stuck on You. Nick Cannon and Christiana Milan and also Steve Harvey in the comedy Love Don't Cost a Thing. Tim Burton's Big Fish comes out on limited release this weekend, as well as the Scarlett Johansson star Girl with a Pearl Earring. So we got 5 films to look at next time around. We'll delve into those on the next episode. But until then, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page, check out the previous episode, and also don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So, with that said, I'm off. I will see you guys next time, and until then, as always, take care.